Some people believe it was actual fruit like banana, strawberry, stuff like that. Some people believe it was actually a spiritual food like manna. I don't know exactly what it was. The only thing I can do is trust in the word of God and say that they ate from the trees. But this is the thing that got me to let me know that there had to be some type of spiritual food. Because I think about them having spiritual food because at that time they were still spiritual beings.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Until they took up the tree of knowledge of good and evil, they knew they were naked, and then they had to be kicked out of the garden so they couldn't eat of the tree of life, which they already had access to.
That's right. That's right.
So now, what happens here? They did the opposite of which we do now. We go from flesh to spirit through our salvation. We're changed to no longer walk in the spirit, so we not fulfill the lust of the flesh. No longer we walk in the flesh, we walk in the spirit. They went from walking in the spirit to walking in the flesh. They had a reversal. So now what happened to them, they no longer had a desire to serve God anymore, because that which God made them in Genesis chapter 1, when he made them in his very image, that died. So now they no longer had a desire to walk in the flesh, because how can they have a desire to walk in the flesh when they died in the spirit? I mean, how did they have a desire to walk in the spirit when they died in the spirit? So what happened when they took up the tree of knowledge of good and evil, they recognized, and their flesh became alive, and with this flesh comes a desire. Listen, if the children of Israel had never been in Egypt and they had manna all their life, they never would have known what they were missing in Egypt and what the cucumbers and the melons and the meats taste like if they always had manna.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
Listen, I was listening to somebody the other day. I was listening to a singles conference. I listen to a lot of Christian radio. And a guy was talking about the introduction to sin. And he was saying, you know what? You don't even know what you're missing if you never had it before.
Right, right.
If you're a person, you've only been with one person your whole life, you don't even know if they got bad sex or good sex.
That's right.
Because you've been with that same person your whole life. They could be doing it totally wrong. But guess what? You love their totally wrong, no good sex having butt, because that's all you know.
That's right. You don't know no better.
Listen, you don't, if you always had Murray's Steakhouse steaks, you don't know what Houston's and Ruth Chris and Outback steaks taste like. If you always was a Murray's Steakhouse steakum, big cheese on top of the thing, you don't never know what it's like to have anything else, because that's what you come up on. Listen, people in the projects didn't even know they were living bad till they came over to Maryland.
Right.
And, you know, Fort watching and the kids and said, oh, we really not living that good. But we didn't know the projects was bad until you stepped out of where you was at,
right,
and you seen something different.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You look over them third world countries like they ain't living bad over there. They just as happy. They're not over here looking at where you living. So you look at them as they're doing bad. They're like, this is life.
Yes.
And this is great.
And this is great. I'm fine with this. I'm fine with the hut with the little bricks and stuff. I'm fine with that. Because of this is all I know.
Yeah.
Listen, sin is the same way. Once you're introduced to it, it opens you up, and now you become what they call like a gateway thing.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
A little yeast leavens the whole lump.
That's right.
Once they were introduced to sin, God said, you know what? I got to get them out of here.
That's right.
Because sin only begets more sin.
That's right.
God said, I got to get them out of here. And he exited them out of the garden. Look what he says. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that brings forth his fruit in its season, whose leaf also shall not wither, and whatever he does shall prosper. Let me tell you this. People keep asking, okay, this is what I want to say. People always think I have to be removed from where I am to prosper.
No.
If I'm grounded in God, God will prosper me right where I am.
Amen. That's right. Amen. Prosper you.
Let me tell you something you don't know. God has the ability to open up a position in your company.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
See, you've given up because you don't see the position.
Yeah.
That's because you've lost hope in God. You see, you think you've lost hope in the company. It's not the company, because God can have the company to prosper and create a position for you, but you've given up hope in God. Therefore, you've given up hope in your job, and then you hate your job because you've given up hope. But God can create a position in your company. Listen, Joseph calls Potiphar's house to prosper.
Yeah.
He prospered him in a place, and Potiphar seen it, and then things begin to open up for Joseph. But let me tell you what happened to Joseph. Something people don't know. God doesn't allow his people to be stagnated unless they choose to be there.
Amen.
So you know what happens in the midst of the process of you being stagnated? God allows a test to come, because the test represents a shift.
That's right.
Now, I've been going through this for a long time, so I know what it looks like. Okay, you're working your job, and everything is going good, and all of a sudden they hire some new person, and they want to come in and change things up. Guess what? It's getting ready to be a shift. See, you focus on the new person. God says, I'm trying to elevate you. It's either the shift is going to get you out of there, but it's somehow promotion is going to take place.
That's right.
There has to be trouble on the job. There has to be trouble, because here comes the test. Listen. It had to happen where Potiphar's wife came after Joseph, because it was time for God to elevate him.